Mr. Noise. You sure do make that guitar sound pretty.
Hey, thanks, Mason. You asked me to play the song for you, so I thought maybe I'd do my best. Hopefully you'll do the same.
Okay, I won't screw up.
Mason?
What? Oh, is that right where I'm supposed to come in?
Yep.
Oh, see, I was waiting for it to come around on the guitar and probably got distracted. That's okay, I'll catch up. This here song is called the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill. It's about Mr. Noise and his bar and grill. But the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill isn't the name of the bar and grill. It's just the name of the song, and that's why I call this here song the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill. You can request any song you want at the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill. You can request any song you want at the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill. Just walk right in, saddle up to the bar. You can leave your request right in the tip jar. You can request any song you want at the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill. Now, it all started 2 Thanksgivings ago, 2 years ago on Thanksgiving, when my second cousin Tucker and I drove down to Orlando, Florida, because Tucker scored himself a couple of tickets to be in the studio audience at the Making Noise with Mark Dawson radio show. But when we got to the Zippity Doo Dah Studios, we found the door was locked and a sign taped to the door that said closed on Thanksgiving. Now, we had never heard of a radio station being closed on Thanksgiving before. I mean, how was that sound coming out of the radio? Well, with tears in our eyes, we drove off into the sunset looking for another way to spend our holiday. As we was driving along, we noticed off the side of the side road we was traveling on was a wino and his monkey. Well, we had never seen a wino and a hitchhiking monkey before, so we thought it'd be a friendly gesture to pull over and give them a ride to wherever they's a-going. They hopped in the back of Tucker's Ford pick-em-up truck and had to push aside the shovels and rakes and the what-have-yous that was all in the way, and we proceeded to drive them to a watering hole that they recommended would be a good place to have ourselves a Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, complete with pumpkin cheesecake and a full bar to drown our sorrows. But before we got to the recommended establishment, the wino asked to be dropped off at the liquor store just around the corner from the watering hole. He told us if anyone wearing a uniform would happen to ask if we saw a guy and his monkey, tell him we didn't see him. So we said our goodbyes and went around the corner to this watering hole where we was fixing to have ourselves a Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, complete with the pumpkin cheesecake. Now, for a family holiday such as Thanksgiving, we was quite surprised to see such a party going on. There's this fella in the corner of the room sitting on a stool and playing his guitar. I think he might have been singing too, but I couldn't hear him over all the rowdy patrons who was singing at the top of their lungs. Now, Tucker and I grabbed a couple of open stools at the bar, and the lady sitting next to us welcomed us to the party. She told us that they all get together every Thursday night to sing and dance and be merry. Her name was Night Owl, and she was an overnight security guard, but tonight was her night off and her night out. I noticed the handcuffs on her belts and thought about the wino and his monkey. She told us the feller playing the guitar is known as Mr. Noise, and he was the owner of this here watering hole. Night Owl explained the process. If you want to request a song, write it down on a piece of paper currency, drop it in the tip jar, and Mr. Noise will play the song. Tucker wanted to hear Jackson by Johnny Cash, but Mr. Noise insisted that since Andrew Jackson is on a $20 bill, he was going to take a crisp $20 bill before he could play Jackson. So Tucker and I renegotiated by writing Hot Rod on a $5 bill, and even though Mr. Noise insulted our request by calling it the worst song ever recorded, he was obligated to play Hot Rod Lincoln for us. We was having ourselves a boot-stomping good time and hootin' Annie right there on the dance floor, but before Mr. Noise could even finish the song, all of a sudden these alarms started going off, the room went dark, and a giant disco ball came down from the rafters and started illuminating the whole room with specks of light. It was announced that it was now time for the sexy song of the night, and right then every female in the bar rushed out on the dance floor. Now Tucker and I didn't want to be caught couples dancing to no sexy song, so we returned to our bar stools at the now empty bar. And almost as if it was waiting for this precise moment when even the bartender was on the dance floor, our friend the wino and his monkey came into the bar. The wino sat down next to me as the monkey hopped over the bar, grabbed 3 bottles of alcohol, and scurried out the back door. The wino explained that the monkey, whose name is Bob, but he spells it backwards, he pours drinks for everyone on the back deck. He said the ladies all get overheated from dancing to the extended set of sexy songs, so they go out on the deck to cool off. The wino then wished us a happy Thanksgiving, reminded us that we didn't see them, and then ducked out the front door. After the ladies cooled off, they came back inside, and when the bartender got back behind the bar, she she immediately noticed that her bottles of alcohol was missing. She looked over at Tucker and me and said, "Hey, you were the only ones over here. Did you help yourself to some bottles while we was out on the dance floor?" I said, "No, ma'am," but her new friend Night Owl slapped the handcuffs on me and Tucker while the bartender called the police. When the police arrived, they questioned the bartender, Night Owl, and the other patrons at the bar. They even went so far as to question the neighbors and the other curious bystanders, but they did not, I repeat, they did not even ask me or Tucker a single question. And right when it looked like they was gonna haul us off to jail, the door was thrown wide open and in came the wino and his monkey. He went on a rant calling everyone in the bar liars and thieves. He even yelled out, "Everybody, I say everybody has something to hide except for me and my monkey," which Mr. Noise Munches thought was a request. It just so happened he was ready to start his Beatles block, so he proceeded to sing the song about the monkey. The music seemed to calm everybody down, and before long the officers were requesting songs and the chef cooked us up all us Thanksgiving dinner that couldn't be beat, complete with pumpkin cheesecake. But the only reason I'm singing you this here song is because you might know of someone in a similar situation, or you may be in a similar situation, and if you're in a situation of getting interrogated for a crime you did not commit, the only thing you can do is say, "You can request any song you want at the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill, then shut up." You know, if one person does that, they'll probably just throw you into Facebook jail. But if two people do it, they might Google the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill and do some investigating. And if 3 people do it, can you imagine 3 people singing a bar of the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill and then shutting up? They might think it's a TikTok trend. And can you imagine 50 people a day? I said 50 people a day singing a bar of the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill and shutting up. And friends, they might think it's a movement, and that's what it is, the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill false arrest movement. And all you gotta do to join is sing it the next time it comes around on the guitar. So we'll wait for it to come around on the guitar here, and we'll just sing it when it does. Come on, noisemakers, make some noise. Here it comes. You can request any song you want at the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill.
Except for Freebird.
You can request any song you want at the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill. Just walk right in, settle up to the bar. You can leave your request right in the tip jar. You can request any song you want at the Mr. Noise Bar and Grill.